Have you ever seen a more beautiful sight? Look at that, the ultimate miniature display unit, all from IKEA. Now, those are glass doors, which means that it's reflecting everything in this room, so I have made sure to put clothes on, despite this ridiculous heat wave we're experiencing. So anyone eagle-eyed will be able to see that I'm wearing very stylish orange shorts there. But the main event, of course, is this beautiful 5x5 IKEA Kallax unit. Look at that. And look at all those cubes filled with miniatures. So there are 17 of these glass sections with shelves in the middle to house every single one of my painted miniatures. So you can see my new Kings of War Night Stalkers there, Forge Fathers. We've got the big stuff in this one that doesn't really fit into the regular sections because the shelf gets in the way and they're too damn tall. And oddly enough, the Star Drake actually fits nicely onto a shelf though. Not in with the Stormcast though, because there's too damn many of them, so they fill up an entire cube on their own. A couple of them do overrun into different cubes. The Abyssal Dwarves do not, yet. The Undead, I believe, do. So there's the Undead. And there's the overrun, the overspill, if you will, of the Undead. We've got a couple of relics sections here. One there, one there. We've got all my bolt action stuff confined to one cube. The Soviets and the Belgians. Got Dreadball on this shelf. Caradron Overlords. We've got all my Dead Zone, not including the Forge Fathers, on this one. We've got Drop Zone Commander down here. We've got Goblins over on this side. We've got Dwarves, classic Dwarves. Good old Warhammer Fantasy. And if I open the doors, does that give you a slightly better look? Maybe not the best light at this time of day. But we've got Space Marines as well. Dark Angels. Everything I own that's painted. There's probably about 3 things in there that weren't painted by me. So not many at all. Most of it all painted by my hand. And I'm having to go back almost to the edge of the room here to even get that much of it in the shot. That's how big this beast is. On top we've got terrain and unstarted miniature kits up there. Things that I either haven't opened or I've just taken out bits of and started that and not done the whole lot yet. And you may be wondering what's in the rest of these sections here. The drawers actually contain all my wargaming accessories. So we've got the likes of cards, dice, templates for various games. We've got a lot of Kings of War stuff in this one. Chess clock. We've got the Age of Sigmar drawer here with all my dice and tokens for that game. In this one we've got Dreadball and Dead Zone stuff. In this one we've got Bolt Action, we've got Firefight, we've got, I think there's Drop Zone Commander in this one, and Kings of War Vanguard. And dice rolling trays, extra dice, all that good stuff. So this whole thing was an absolute beast. When I bought it initially, after much consideration and much pondering, obviously this isn't something you can take lightly, originally I was going to have those 2 sections there, those 2 strips, so 10 cubes full of my miniatures. So I didn't buy all the rest of the inserts, I just bought the big unit, which is nicely attached to the wall, and the 10 glass inserts, which I put in, and started filling up with my armies, and then realised, you know what, I'm going to need significantly more space. So it's a good thing I held off on buying the extra cupboards and drawers, because I thought, you know what, 17 would be a good number, because I've still got a few spare shelves. Got one up there. And I've still got this entire cube down here as well, which at the moment just holds kind of trophies or participation medals, things that maybe aren't deserving of going alongside all my other medals and trophies yet, until I get under the shelf specifically for this kind of thing. So participation medals, little trophies that maybe you get from your opponent at tournaments, things like that are going to go on that shelf, but for now they're in a cube until they get moved there. There's my precious, precious undead halfling army. Don't know if we've mentioned those yet. So, next step is to be lighting. Because at the moment, you've got a really good view of all the cubes at this end. The ones down that end are a bit more shadowy. I've not got this unit in direct sunlight. That would be a terrible idea, especially during this heat wave. So at this time of day, when it's getting a bit later, you do get a bit of shadow towards that end of it. But one day, I'm going to add some lighting in there. For now, though, it's fine. You can still see everything perfectly fine as far as I'm concerned. And it feels pretty damn good to have everything that I've got painted on display. It takes up way less space, weirdly enough, than having them all in boxes stacked on top of each other. And I can actually see it all, which is really nice, obviously. So the cost for this unit, well, the entire unit itself and all of the inserts, including the delivery charges, because I didn't order it all in one go, it was less than £500, so I would say that's a win for having everything I own that's painted on display. So very happy with that. And I'd be interested to hear how you people out there in the wild display your miniatures, and do you even display them, or do you just keep them tucked away in boxes in the attic forever, never to see the light of day? Because that's what a lot of us end up doing due to lack of space. But if you've got space, I would heartily recommend something like this. Okay, I think that's enough of that, and ta-ta, or should I say, good night out there, whatever you are.